welcome back to Justin Talks Villa. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. Please drop this video a like and please get involved in the comments section. And if you need to get in touch with me, here it is, the email address, justintalksvilla@yahoo.com. I have loads of really interesting emails coming through all the time, which I absolutely love responding to. So get me an email if you really want to have a chat. So lots of new things happening at Aston Villa today. The main one is the home kit has finally dropped. So we'll have a look at the video of that and some of the stills. We've got an outgoing, we've got an incoming, we've got a player who I know very well who has found a new club today. So I want to give him a shout out. And then I was going to have a little bit of a chat once again about that dreaded subject, money and finances, and where do Aston Villa go in this summer window? How can we compete? I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but I had a few ideas today and a few things I wanted to get off my chest, so we'll get into that in a bit. But not only is the new kit out today, but the continued hopeful upgrade of this podcast continues to happen. And today I have received something which I have been working on now. As it stands, it's 10 to 10, and I started to try and sort it all out about 6 o'clock. So it took me a while to get my head around it. So it's basically a production desk which allows me to do daft stuff like this. You won't have to put up with this kind of music all the time. I'm going to try and upload some better music. I might even put in my theme tune, which a lot of people tend to like, and have it as a little bit of a bed under bits when I talk. Let me know what you think. So yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, I've got a few ideas coming up, and main one, which is hopefully going to launch very soon, is the phone-in show. And this desk will allow me to bring people in and out of the conversation. You'll be able to phone in, we can have a good chat about lots of different subjects and have a bit of fun along the way as well. So that's the idea about that. Things like this. New kit is out. Yeah, it's not going to get boring at all, is it? So yes, lots of really interesting things to come. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. So Aston Villa and new kit. We will have a look at the quick video which Villa put out earlier. To be honest, it was a bit of an underwhelming launch, but ultimately, all that matters is the kit is out and available on the 17th. So I shall be getting it, and I'll show you all once I get it about sizing and quality and what it looks like. But this is the video that Villa put out today. Nice. There's nothing not to like really, is there? So let's have a quick look. Which video should we which still, sorry, should we go first? Let's take that off so we can have a proper look at it. Really like it, really do like it. I like the detailing. I'm not sure whether this is the pro kit or the standard kit, but the level of detail looking at the claret with the white circles, and I'm wearing the kit that was brought out for the last game of last season, the third kit. No, the away kit, isn't it? So yeah, it might be the pro, but it might not be. It's really, really nice. Here we can see Anana sporting the new kit. Very nice. I think it's pretty much as was leaked quite a lot on social media over the last few weeks. I really like the swirls on the arms. The gold is also very nice. This is probably the best picture of it. So the gold piping down the sides. A bit of conjecture I've had on some of my group chats about the white Adidas 3 stripes, but I quite like it, to be honest. I think it's pretty decent. Could it popped with a different colour on the arms? I don't know, but I'm all for a different type of kit anyway. I like something a bit different, but yeah, really like it. I like the claret, and they've seemed to have nailed the claret these days. The blue is if anything, slightly light. But yeah, I like the arms, I like the collar. Nothing not to like. It's a very sleek, stylish Aston Villa kit. And once I get my hands on it, we'll have a good look at it and we'll decide on it then. You can't really tell till you get it in your hands, can you? So we shall see when it arrives. So let's just take this off. Right. Okay, next thing to talk about is incoming. We've got an incoming, and that is the confirmation today that Marco, not Marcus, as I called him earlier, Marco BIZOT has confirmed incoming to Aston Villa. I think I said it earlier. I think it's a decent signing. He's 34 years of age. He's got bundles of experience. He's been first choice his last club and probably the last 2 or 3 clubs he's been at. So it's a very interesting signing. It ticks a very important box for us as a backup keeper. There's still noise around Emi Martinez, so we're yet to find out what's going to happen to him in the summer. So this signing could be a very important signing for us going forward. Whether he would take the mantle of first choice should Emi move on, I doubt it. Possibly, I don't know. I think we'd have to wait and see what would happen should that eventuality happen. But for now, it's a really good signing. It makes a lot of sense. It hasn't cost a lot of money, which unfortunately seems to be the big buzzword of the summer. So welcome Marco BIZOT to Aston Villa. Right, so we've got a couple of other subjects to chat about. So the next one will be... as I said, ENZO BARRENECHEA, who seemingly is on his way to Benfica. Now, it's an interesting deal the way they've structured this. It looks like it's a 15 million euro deal, but it's going to be a loan deal for this season, and they will have the obligation to buy clause under certain conditions from Aston Villa. So whether that'll ever be disclosed, we don't know, but it's generally something like no matter games he plays, if he plays a certain percentage of games for them, then they would have to sign him. But the contract's till 2030, so it looks like they really, really are keen to buy him. Who knows the reason why they're not going to make it permanent right now? I don't know, but it's just been another one of these very interesting signings that Villa seem to be making every summer now, where we hoover up some young talent where they think they can maybe get quick turnaround profits on. I mean, it didn't cost us that much. I think I saw him last year. Weirdly enough, we got Walsall tomorrow. I think he played in last season's Walsall opener, so that'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on how he gets on at Benfica. So this one is just a bit personal to me. Interesting today. Young Todd Alcock, the ex-under-21 captain and somebody I have grown to be quite fond of over the last few years. Very good footballer. And he has signed for South Shields FC today. And look at that kit. I mean, fair play to him. Of all the clubs to go and join, he joins a club with a claret and blue home shirt. I spoke to him this evening and I've told him I need one of them shirts. It's really nice. And I'll be following him very closely in his time up in South Shields. Hopefully he gets plenty of game time this season and he's able to show his talents. So I just wanted to wish him all the very best in his continued career. It's very difficult for these young lads once they get released from Villa. I mean, it's all he's ever known since he was a real young kid, six years of age at Villa. He's now, just about in his 20s. So it's been 14 years at Villa. And then all of a sudden, you haven't got a club. You've got to go and find somewhere to play. So you have to just go where the game time is going to be. And this seems to be a really good move for him. As I say, I'm pretty sure he's going to get game time up there, and then it's up to him then to show what he can do. So I just wish him all the very best in this coming season. I'm going to try and get to 1 or 2 of his games to cheer him on. So good luck, Todd. Right, finally, this is what we're going to chat about now. Now, I was going to put some pictures and some interesting stuff to back up what I'm going to say on the screen, but quite frankly, I spent so long on this production desk tonight, I haven't had time, and it's cracking on now. So I wanted to get an episode out with my thoughts on the new kit. But it was sparked today when I was at work, which is where I do most of my thinking or driving to or from work, with the news that Man City have signed a 10-year kit deal with Puma, which guarantees them a huge, whopping £100 million deal a year for 10 years, which absolutely blows my mind. That's a £1 billion sponsorship deal. There can't be many that has been bigger than that. And it just shows you the gulf that is now starting to appear once again in football. Obviously, given Villa's issues with FFP and the new squad cost ratio and why we've now got to try and comply with that, showing willing that we're going to get our wage bill down. It's already been a very slow summer for us, as I said on the last pod, and I can only see that continuing until we ship out maybe one or two more. We've seen Jacob Ramsey linked with Forest today as well. Could that open up the purse strings to allow us to bring one or two in? Possibly. But I had a quick look at the teams that finished above us last season. So we've obviously finished 6th. Newcastle look to be spending a lot of money this summer. Upwards towards 200 million is the estimate of what they're going to be spending. Chelsea finished 4th. You know, they've already done the deal like we have with the women's team, but for a significant amount more than what we have. And the Club World Cup has also added best part of £100 million to the coffers as well. They've got Champions League football this season as well, so that's going to boost the coffers even more. Man City, as I've just said, they've got that new kit deal, which just boosts theirs even more. And then you've got Arsenal in 2nd, who look to be spending, again, like Newcastle, up to 200 million. Victor Gyökeres looks to be coming in for 54 million. Zubamendi, Christian Norgard, that was combined, I think, of about 70 million. Nani Madueke from Chelsea for 48 million, and the defender Mosquera 13 million. So that's 200 million. And then you've got Liverpool, who didn't spend anything last summer but still managed to win the league. Have already spent 180 million pounds on 3 players, with Frimpong, Wirtz, and Kirkes coming in. So they're the 5 clubs that finished above us last season, and the amount of deals and money they're spending, and given our current plight of not being able to dip into the transfer market and buy that quality of player, it is a bit worrying. It is a bit worrying because we are hamstrung by these issues at the moment, and it's something we've got to try and get around. But I'm not giving up. What are we going to do? We're just going to down tools and not bother. I think it just shows that the importance of revenue. I know it's a very annoying subject for us, for the fans, with the prices last season, the prices of European games, home games, season tickets, but it's caught up with us, this revenue, and people, they'd like to say, oh, it's not that important, but every single penny that comes into the club goes towards now this squad cost ratio. And we've just got to keep upping it and upping it and upping it. So the new guys coming in, replace Chris Heck, he's got another monumental task to keep those numbers going up and up and up, because the pressure from above of these super clubs that are able just to do seemingly what they want, and can seemingly write whatever check they want for any player they want because of the revenue streams that are coming in. Champions League money as well. It is frustrating, and I don't know how many more times we can talk about money in football, but it is just engulfed by money, and it just means that it's so hard to compete. And even though we've got fantastic owners who are prepared to compete, prepared to put their hand in the pockets, and have done so a lot of the time, they are doing it with both hands tied behind the back and probably both feet as well, to be honest, at the moment. My only crumb of comfort is the teams that were directly below us last season, Forest, Brighton, Bournemouth and Brentford, have all been absolutely raided this summer. Forest look like they're losing. Well, they've already lost Langer. It looks like Morgan Gibbs-White is off to Spurs. Brighton have lost Pedro. Bournemouth have lost Kirkes and central defender to Real Madrid. I can't give his name off the top of my head. Brentford have lost the manager and look like they're going to lose their striker as well. So those teams that we were sort of competing with, trying to keep them at arm's length, and we haven't lost anyone yet. Let's just put that right. We haven't lost any of our big players. We don't know what's going to happen over the next few weeks, but we haven't lost anybody yet. So as I said in the last video talking about this subject, if we can keep hold of the nucleus of our squad, maybe sacrifice one or two and try and bring in some really good, prudent, clever signings, then I do feel we can still compete in and around where we finished last season, which is around 6th place. Any higher would be an unbelievable achievement given what the top 5 are currently spending on pushing to try and improve. But we can hopefully keep the clubs that have been, chomping at our heels over the last couple of seasons at bay. The wild card next season, I think you'd have to put Everton in there, although I don't know. New stadium, how will they settle there? That's going to be a big factor in their season next year. Moyes has obviously got a tune out of that squad. Man United, behemoth of a club, but absolutely in disarray. What can they do? They're yet to flex their muscles in the transfer market. We know they've got a huge revenue stream, so they can go out and buy people. It's just whether they can convince people to come to Man United and try and buy into the regeneration of that club. And obviously Spurs, with Champions League qualification, have already flexed their financial muscles as well. It seems that they have Daniel Levy's finally opened the purse strings and is allowing them to compete again in the transfer market, but I suppose he had to really by bringing in a new manager. So what do? I think we just got to trust the manager, trust the owners, trust that the people in the know are doing everything they need to do to make sure we stay compliant and don't put the long-term future of Aston Villa in any jeopardy. That's the bottom line here. We don't want to put our long-term sustainability in any jeopardy, which is making sure that financially we compete, we don't get any fines, we don't get any points deductions, keep our own house in order, and it seems like we've just got to try and get through this season. I don't want to say damage limitation, but we've got to try and get through this season in as best shape as we possibly can. I feel like the Cups are probably our best chance this season for some real success. Europa League, especially with qualification for the Champions League, as a secondary prize to winning that trophy as well. So yeah, we'll have to see what's going on, but yeah, that's enough from me now. I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you like or if you don't like it, well, it's here to stay, but I can try and get better stuff anyway. But that's it from me. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. We will see you all next time on Justin Talks Villa. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and get involved in the comments below. And we will see you next time on Justin Talks Villa.